If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Okay, guys, so apparently we have, by words, because they say so, guys, man, listen, they say so many things in the patches that just don't happen, bro. They just don't happen. Like, brother, just one at the top of my head, because I'm not on the game like that, like the whole tactics thing where it's like if you put a code down, it changes the line of the tactics, like, to be what it's supposed to actually be, but they still go to 50 and 70, like. And there's like 3 other ones, but I only remember them as I'm creating content, you know what I'm saying? So you have to take these title updates with a grain of salt, because sometimes they update the game and they say they do things and I'm like, I don't see it. It's still there. Ugh. I mean, dude, you know what's really funny? We still have that issue where if you adjust your settings during gameplay, it doesn't save those settings. And we've had that for years, and they have claimed to fix it, I think 2 or 3 times already. Crazy. Anyways, let's go through the new pitch notes, or whatever they call it nowadays. Okay, so the first Frost update, title update number 6, will soon be available for all versions of EA Sports 25, and it will include new player roles and focuses. So obviously it's going to be a really big deal, because that's their new thing in the game. You know what's funny with the player roles? I hope that they do player roles that are based off of doing both things at once. Back in the day, if I played a 4-2-3-1 and I had my Lamb or Ram, they would act like an inside forward and like a winger at the same time, if the spacing made sense. So I hope that's what they mean by new roles. I don't know. It's like creating a problem that didn't even exist. That's how they do it. That's how they sell their players now with these new promos and SBCs and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm very salty towards this company, because when they dropped the patch for the PC gameplay, it became so unplayable. The lag was absolutely unbearable. So I don't feel sorry for these guys, honestly. Career mode and clubs updates, shorter rush matches, and new player items in Ultimate Team, a new winter menu theme. Okay. So here's the gameplay stuff, which is pretty big. Okay, so added the classic 10 and wide half player roles, as well as 13 focuses. Are they saying what I just said about the wide players, like being able to do both? Let's see. To learn more about these player roles and focuses, check out our first Frost Update Pitch Notes article. Well, we have to read this. Oh, never mind. We don't have to read that. It's just one thing after the other, dude. Yeah, of course you can't. Useless. Slightly increased speed and consistency for stop and turn while running. Okay, that's a big deal. Skill move when performing 3-star skill move players. Slightly increased speed of drag back. Really? Do people really use dragbacks? People usually use McGeady cancels. So dragbacks being a thing again. We'll see what that means. Improved consistency for the stop and turn while running roulette. Heel to heel and feint and exit skill moves when performed by 2-star skill move players. Slightly increased speed and consistency of jog fake shots when performed by 3-star skill move players and above. Okay. It's a pretty big one too, I would say. Slightly decreases speed of jog body feints. Okay. Attacking players can now come back to an onside position quicker than before. Yeah, that's definitely a big one. They just love to stay offside. Honestly, that one mechanic can actually change this game for the better. Especially with these like new player roles that we obviously can't see, but it is what it is, man. But yeah, no, the players being offside and staying offside is the most irritating thing ever. Like, they actually move like morons. So I have Keen, who has advanced forward plus, and sometimes I'm just like, yo, what is this guy doing? Like, he just stays offside for like 5 seconds. But this is what happens when they introduce new things and it's not polished. It's usually how they work. And then they just polish the game as it goes and never actually fix the coding of their game. I'm sorry, I'm really salty about the PC gameplay. I've had like lag for 2 weeks. You know what's funny is that I played the game yesterday and I think they fixed it randomly, but I have to check today to see if that's actually the case. Because I don't think it was from an update. I played the game and I was like, oh, I can actually move now, but it could be inconsistent gameplay because, you know, we play an idiotic game, right? Sorry. So continuing on, attacking players can now come back to an onside position. That's obviously a big thing. Slightly increase the window of time in which a directed run can be requested. Okay. A player switch can now be requested during passes while in player lock. Player lock, one of my least favorite mechanics in the game. Address the following issues. Improve defensive logic for tracking runs during kickoff. So is that for like the kickoff glitch? Because normally with the kickoff glitch, you just have to select your center backs really quickly. But the problem with that is because of the switching being horrible, right? Like when you're right stick switching to your center backs, like you could switch 5 times and it'll only work like 2 of those times, right? To defend against those. We'll see if the players behave to that. That part specifically, take with a grain of salt because they have done kickoff fixes maybe for 8 different years in a row and they still exist. So we'll see what that means. The attacking team center backs could have pushed too far up the pitch in some cases. Yeah, that definitely happens a lot. When requested, secondary containment is not always being performed by a player with the next player switch indicator. Yep, 100%. Sometimes center backs could have positioned themselves too far apart while their team had possession. Yeah, 100%. Address instances of players switching not functioning as intended. Yeah, you've probably done that like 10 different times and they still suck. Address instances of the player lock input triggering an unintended player switch. Oh no. Oh no, it's so unintended. You know what you should do, EA? You should just turn it off and try to fix it and never turn it back on. As a knock-on effect that we are investigating, goalkeeper movement can trigger an unintended player switch. Yeah, that happens all the time because your right stick inwards will act like a player switch. It'll do 2 things at the same time. Yes. Address an issue that was preventing high tackling attribute players from being as effective as intended in specific situations. In some instances, deep free kicks result in the ball not being passed to any specific receiver. Improved referee logic when determining offside calls in situations involving the goalkeeper. Improved referee logic when determining foul calls in tackling situations. Yeah, I mean, I literally had a review that I did yesterday. It might have been for Patry, actually, where I think Alexia Putellas literally took me out, and I'm like, that's 100% a foul. But they've said that I think 3 or 4 times already with the tackling situation, so that could mean anything in their book. In rare situations, attacking players could have crowded the center of the pitch unintentionally. In some cases, defenders could have won the ball from behind the carrier easier than intended. Yeah, that definitely happens a lot. Address an issue in which a requested tackle could have moved the user-controlled players towards the ball before starting the tackle animations. Disable the D-pad tactics UI in kickoff 3v3 matches as it had no impact on gameplay. Ultimate Team, reduce rush match length. I never played rush a single time so far this year, but they're reducing it from 7 to 5, which is good. The squad builder rarity filter can now be used to search for all available rarities, similar to how a search is done in the transfer market. Long overdue. Players not actively engaging in a rush match are now more likely to be kicked from the match. Good. Address the following issues. Some player items were incorrectly showing as loan items when viewing them in the season pass. After editing tactics, the position of players could have changed unintentionally. Yeah, that happens a lot, but that fix that you guys did with the actual depth of the tactics, you did not fix that. That's still a thing that happens when you input the code of the tactics. It doesn't save to 56 or 68. It's still 70. It's still 50. Even though the last pitch notes, you guys said you fixed it. That's why I take these pitch notes with a grain of salt. General audio and visual. Update the menus with new winter theme. I mean, that's always cool in any game, to be honest. The tactical and possession views can now be toggled on the team tactics screen. Update some kits, banners, flag, boots. Okay. Stability issues occurring during online co-op. I have never played co-op yet. Difficulty with legendary. Okay, playing a tournament career mode. Address instant various stability issues that could have occurred. Yeah, that could mean anything too. Okay. I mean, honestly, the biggest takeaway from this, because I don't like at this point looking at the specifics, you know, the new roles and focuses, that's a big thing, but we can't even look at that, unfortunately. Oh, hold up. It's loading this time. Give him a second, boys, even though the FPS is at 20. Oh, not this time. Not this time. Let me see if there's pitch notes. Talking about the new roles somewhere. New roles FC25. EAFC 25 roles. No. Yeah, we're cooked. We are cooked. Try to search roles on Google and I got nothing. Look at this. I got nothing, boys. I got nothing. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for what we've seen. Skill move changes, new roles and focuses, etc. Most of those things. Player switching not functioning as intended. I don't know what gameplay you guys work on. Like I know I say this like in every pitch notes, every rant, but I don't know. Because the best version of gameplay, you can switch perfectly fine, but you rarely. Guys, you know what's crazy, man? I've done content for a while. I haven't gotten the like a minimum 70% gameplay on this game in weeks now. I haven't had one game, bro. I haven't had a single game, bro. On the PC, it's been cooked in general ever since that update. Like I said, I played it yesterday for a little bit, and it was a little bit better. The weekend, impossible. It was lagging the whole time. The constant frame drops. I don't know what was happening. But I think yesterday, I don't know if they did. I don't know, because you know how they have like that live tuning update thing? I don't know if they just did something, but yesterday it was fine. I guess we'll see today if I have to do a new player review. If there's like a new card that comes out, we'll see if the gameplay is a little bit more playable. But for now, guys, we'll leave it there for the pitch notes. Again, I take these videos with a grain of salt nowadays because they're pretty useless as a company. So anyways, I'll catch you guys for next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.